The next story here, this story is quite similar to one that I'd given before. It's called Life Story. I'm giving talks to teenagers, again, they're college students, but this school was, well, I'm going to say it was mostly for boys. It's the kind of subjects that attract mostly boys. Certainly this audience was boys. And boys aged 16, 17, 18, well, they have a particular smell, let's say that. As I climbed the steps to the stage, I heard the backslapping testosterone brawl of the 80 or so young men who'd been cajoled into the auditorium by their teachers. The room was a makeshift affair. The stage was only a raised section of the floor. The seats were not fixed in rows and were being rearranged by the boys into tight circles like in a cafe. The room was filled to bursting point. The teachers made several brave attempts to bring their charges under control and were quickly giving up. It was, after all, my show. There was no microphone to be heard above the din, so standing center stage, I struck an electric guitar pose, swung my right arm and twanged the strings and uttered a loud blam. I had no idea what to do next. The room erupted in hoots and calls at my brief performance. Some loved it, some hated it. I grabbed an imaginary microphone and called, "Good afternoon," to a mixture of applause and derision from the young men. I still had no idea what to do next. Someone called out, "Oh," in a mocking tone. "Oh, what's that?" I invited. "Are you gay?" he asked. Now, I guessed that my sexual orientation was important in this place of heightened testosterone. "No," I replied, "but why are you asking?" The uncertainty in the room refocused onto this one guy. He had no answer for why he was asking about my being gay. Suddenly, I knew what to do next. I decided on vulnerable authenticity mixed with genuine curiosity. I am what you see, nothing more, nothing less. And I bet you know 5 things about me already. What's the first thing you know? Now, someone called out, "You're English." I wrote, "True." Then I encouraged them for more answers. They called them out, and I will let you know if they are true or false. After a few minutes, the questions dried up. What you don't know yet is why I came here today. So I'll tell you. Secretly, I wish that someone had told them in advance, but this is the way things were. This was what I had to go with. A moment of silence. I noted I had their rapt attention. They were all facing in my direction. They were all looking at me, and none of them were speaking. I told them my life story. I came to this country 30 years ago, started my own company, earned a good income, raised a family of 3 children. 2 of them are older than any of you. And now I'm looking at retirement. I'm here to share with you a lifetime of working experience of being self-employed. They reeled back in their seats from all that information. I asked, "What, if anything, would you like to know?" First questions were predictable. "How much money did you make?" "What do you do? And why do we have to know?" I answered the factual questions in a general way and moved on to the more interesting question, the reason for them needing to know why I'm here and speaking to them. I'm sure most of you will leave here and get employment. That's what I did at first in the UK, and then I moved here. I had no Swedish paper qualifications. I had to start again from nothing. So I started my own business. I employed myself. You never know what's going to happen in life, but it's good to know that you can always start again. I could almost hear their thoughts probing a possible future where they had to start a business. Self-employment was right for me. Might be right for you now. Maybe it will be right in the future. Perhaps I can inspire you to want to start your own company. Perhaps I'll only convince you that it's not for you. We shall see. I pulled up a chair and sat center stage and shared the pivotal moments of my working life. At the end of my talk, I stepped off the stage. On the way out of the auditorium, the majority of the young men came up to me and thanks for an entertaining and interesting talk. Even the ones that said, oh, I'm never going to start my own company. I got a lot of manly handshakes and shoulder claps and a lot of back thumps. I think they were well meant. Several teachers, with looks of relief and nod to respect, thanked me for what I'd done. What had I done?